Come with me today while we visit Hey Sugar in downtown Denison. It's right on Main Street. Let's learn about how the store got here, a little bit about their history, and what they bring to our exciting, growing community. We are here today with Patrick Melvin at Hey Sugar in Denison.
Okay, well, I got in the candy business a long time ago. I was 18 years old working with a tobacco and candy company. That was my first extent job with the candy, and had it many years over and over ago, different things,
Right.
being a representative for different companies. But this started with my grandson, who was 10 years old, and he would work at horse shows because his twin brothers and his sister rode horses. He hated horses, so he didn't do anything.
Right.
So we're kind of a backwards generation that the youngest started this company.
That is amazing now.
And he did that at horse shows for about 2 years. Then they decided to come home and do that in Roanoke. So he was first, next with his mother, who was probably 40 something at that time. So she started that. And then about 3 years ago, she called me and said, "Dad, I think we're going to franchise and you need to be the franchisee."
Okay.
So we started with that. We went, Cynthia and I, my wife, looked all over the place. We got in our motorhome, went driving around,
Yeah.
Wichita Falls, all over the place. And finally, we were going to Durant, and my daughter went with me because she's the guru of Hey Sugar.
Yeah.
Went there, thought we might have a deal there, and then that afternoon when we left, came driving here, and my daughter always looks on the internet, and if there's already a candy store or a big ice cream deal, we don't go there.
Right.
And she said, "There's a candy store," but there wasn't one here.
It-
And I showed her it was closed
It
down
is
the road.
closed. Yes.
And I said, "That's not an issue, but let's go around the block a couple of times." We came around the corner here, pulled up right in front of here, and there was a sign that said "for lease." We discovered it had only been available for 3 days. We
Wow.
both got out. I got out. My daughter said, "Dad, call that number and see what you can find out."
Yeah.
Before I even called the number, she was on the internet looking at it. Called the real estate lady, Tommy Sue. She said, "Give me about 10 minutes. I'll be there and let's talk about this." So we came in here, looked at this, and said, "Hey, this is the place."
It works.
I'd been praying for everything, what we were going to do and how we're going to do it.
Right.
And that particular morning when I woke up, I said, something's going to happen. And I've been praying about it. "Lord, if I'm supposed to go there, put me there. If I'm not." And that day when we came around that corner, and my daughter kept saying, "Well, that candy store may come back." I said, "We'll cross that bridge when we get
Right.
to it." So, but we signed the lease. We did it right away and started working on this. Had to redo everything in here. Took us about 6 months to get it all done.
Yeah.
And then once we got started, we just figured out we're not going to be a franchise. We own this one, she owns the rest of them,
Okay.
which is fine because one's enough.
Right.
But once we got here, this is just a great place to be.
It
I mean,
is.
when I was dealing with City Hall, I was going back and forth with different people, different things. But when we first got the lease and we started getting in here, there were stickers from the previous business.
Yeah.
And I was out here for about 2 or 3 hours one day, scraping all those off. People all up and down the street like you see all the time.
Yes.
Very friendly. Said, "What are you going to do? What's happening here?" And I would tell some, I wouldn't tell all.
Yeah.
So we talked about that, and they were just so nice, it was unbelievable. And when I had to go back to City Hall a couple of days later, I went in to see the gentleman who's not here any longer, but worked with me and helped me a lot.
Right.
I said, "I don't want to offend you, but I want to tell you something." He said, "What's that?" And he said, "I don't feel, you won't offend me. I don't worry about that." But
Yeah.
he said, "What do you want to tell me?" I said, "I feel like I'm with Andy Griffith and I'm in Mayberry because everybody's friendly, everybody's nice, talking to all these great people."
Yeah.
Said, "I haven't found Barney Fife yet," and I still haven't found Barney Fife. But now it's almost 3 years that we've been here doing it. Love the town, love the people, and the store's getting better and better. And can't complain.
Yeah. Okay, so the store, you have chocolates.
We have all kind of
And
fine chocolates.
Who
We
makes
have,
those?
those are made in Mount Pleasant, Texas.
Okay.
It's called Sweet Shop. We bought them originally with a distributor.
Okay.
And one distributor, well, one time they shipped an order to us with all our product, and I pulled out one of the boxes of the chocolates that said, "It expires next week." So that's when I realized the distributor wasn't paying attention to what they're doing.
Right.
So I called Sweet Shop and we started working directly with them.
Right. Get rid of the middleman.
Oh, and when we go pick it up, we know it was made yesterday or the day before, as fresh as it can be. And that's been great with them. And the chocolates are unbelievable.
They are. They're very good.
They are. They really are. It's hard to walk by every day and not pick one up. So we have highlight the chocolate and the ice cream. We make our own ice cream over in South Lake. Trying to keep up with that. We've had some truck problems getting things delivered. But I think, knock on wood, that's about fixed up. So we have old candy. We have new stuff.
The kind of candy we had when we were kids, right?
Oh, that and before then.
Yeah.
There's one, Necco wafers,
Oh,
that were first 1850 or something like that's when they were first made. And there's a lot of old ones that people did grow up with them.
Yeah.
Somebody's always coming in, hey, can you find this for it? Can you find that?
Okay.
And we go to search for it. We recently, we've been looking for knee-high soft drinks.
Okay.
Couldn't find them. We finally found some. There's a lady that lives out in Pottsboro, and it was her dad, I think, that was the guy. He was in Ennis, Texas, had a plant doing knee-high bottles. Did that for years. He passed away just recently, and they wanted to have some of the knee-high drinks. We found them, we've got them, and she gave me a lot of pictures that I want to hang in here. We haven't done it yet, but it's just cool to know about so many people that did so many different things.
It is cool. A lot of your soft drinks are unusual. I saw ranch dressing, pickle juice, soft drink. Like, are they popular? Do people buy them to try them, or do they come back again?
They come back. They come in asking for different ones.
Oh,
the only one I've kicked out was called Dirt.
Okay.
And if you look at most of the crazy drinks, and it'll say it's this or that, and it'll tell you on the front it's cherries, whatever.
Right.
But the Dirt didn't say anything about it. And I finally popped one open and took a drink, and it tastes like dirt, just pure dirt. And I said, that's the end of that one. We're through with having a dirt drink. But we do different ones with different companies. We do a lot with the Dublin people. They make their drinks right there, and it's all pure cane sugar.
Okay.
Great people, and their stuff's terrific.
That's good to know. Well, when I was a kid, my mom would give us for Christmas bit of chocolate made by Bit of Honey. I don't even know if they still make it or not.
It's hard not to keep up with Bit of Honey.
Is it?
Bit of chocolate, I don't think exists anymore. And there's other things. Jolly Rancher right now. Everybody's looking for that. Cinnamon Jolly Rancher.
Right.
Well, they quit making it.
What about the cinnamon balls? Like, they were made in, I know where they were made because I lived there in Illinois, but I don't know if they still make them, like hot, I don't remember what they were called. They were
hot tamales?
No, they weren't the chewy ones. They're like a jawbreaker, but they were cinnamon. They were made by the company that made Chuckles.
Okay. They, I think they're in the boat over there in the bucket. Because it's like a jawbreaker, so to speak.
Yes, but they're cinnamon.
Yeah, yes. We have those over there. I don't remember what name they're on. But we put the boat there to put all the things in so they can just throw it in a bowl, a bucket.
I know, I think that's awesome.
A bag, and just weigh it, and that's it. So.
That way people can get a little bit of different things. And
that's true.
Yeah, I think that's cool. You have nice little gift baskets. I've bought those before that are in a soda box. That's really cool.
We do that. We've come up with some other ones. We haven't put them out here yet with the movie theater little boxes. And put those together, and then you can make something different. We have a new little gadget we're coming out with pretty soon with my neighbor down the street from the Monsters.
I was just there today.
Well, she's got a new project she's working on for us now. Matter of fact, she did all of this around for our awning.
Really? I love it.
Took us a while to get that done. That was not historical, I guess, so that's not the question, but we got that approved, so it was all good. So.
Yeah.
But that's what's so good about here. Everybody helps everybody else.
Yeah.
They work with us. She makes those monster dolls, all different sizes.
I know, right?
And I said, we just want a little tiny one to see what you could do. They did that. We have a new cloth, shall I say, that has Hey Sugar that we haven't done anything with yet. but they're working on that. Once we have that, we'll be excited to put that back out. So
Okay, that is so cool.
there's so many things every day. I try to keep up with it,
I know.
but I just can't even keep up with all of it.
I know. I was thinking, I like to come in here, especially if I have friends or family from out of town, and they just want to walk around, and your store is open a lot of times, sometimes when other stores aren't. And
Wish more people were.
right?
Right.
So it's easy to bring them in here, and everybody always enjoys it.
Good.
You're reminiscing or buying chocolate or ice cream or something.
Well, and we're trying new things. We have our own, for the Yellow Jackets, we have their ice cream.
Oh, that
We
is
went back
cool.
and forth with a whole bunch
So
of
cool.
people, and I think it was one of the teachers that came back, and they came up, the name was Stingham.
I saw that.
Yeah, so that's the name it wound up with.
What is in it?
It's a lemon cake
Okay.
that's mixed together with chocolate swirled in it,
That's
and the ice
neat.
cream, of course.
Yeah, yeah,
And it's real popular, and that's taken off.
yeah. That's awesome.
And a lot of different ones. So the number one they sell more than anything else is the Southern Bourbon Butter Pecan.
I know. I've tasted that one before.
Oh, it's a killer. Yeah, it's good. It's all good. And the young lady that makes it, her name is Dulce. And Dulce is sugar.
Sugar. Yeah.
So it couldn't be a better person that does this. So,
That's amazing.
yes, ma'am.
Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I know you've had a long day. You've done a lot of driving, traveling, and I really, really
That's for
appreciate
sure.
that you took the time to share a little bit about your store.
That'll be great. The only other thing I would tell you about
Okay.
this block,
Yes.
and we haven't done it yet, but we've been talking about it, that this is a dangerous block because you start down the street and it's the monsters.
Yeah.
Then you go a little further and you'll wind up, and where are you? You're at the Lunatics. And then you're going to go a couple of doors down, it's going to be the Quilt Asylum.
Right.
And then you're going to go across the street and they're totally addicted.
Right.
So it's dangerous to come down this street. And that's what we keep talking about. We're going to do it with the traveling folks that are coming, trying to give them a little guide that, here, come down here and see if you can get it through here, you know.
Right.
And then come here and get some ice cream to calm you down from all your threats, so
Right.
to speak.
Right.
So that's just the kind of stuff we keep talking about and working with.
Uh-huh.
Well, thank you. It's a pleasure meeting you.
You too. Thank you so much.
All right.